diamond where legends arise. Smoking Jeremy B's got the stats that surprise. From the Tigers to Yankees, the action's alive. Big Rich and Jamie break it down, they thrive. Roundtable talks, the fans gather around. It's baseball season, watch the team strike gold. Every pitch, every catch, every tale that's told. From home runs to errors, we break it down tight. Join the roundtable talk, let's ignite the night.
All right, and welcome to the Baseball Roundtable Talks. We're missing a couple people, but Jamie should be here shortly. I've got Dylan Schmittler. I affectionately call him the Schmitz. We got the Chicken Nugget King. How you doing, Chicken Nugget? It's his first time being on the show.
What's going on? First time here. Let's do it.
And we got Ed McNally, the Pirates and Guardians fan.
Yeah, they're playing each other right now, and that game just got underway. And the first game today went for the Pirates. Pretty big. Jarrett Jones coming into his zone. I mean, he threw 9 perfect innings compared to his last 2 starts. So
Boston Paul is sick. He won't be making it. Evidently, he didn't take the honey tea suggestion, Adam.
I felt like he was going to start yelling at me.
No. I get it, though.
Can I get this real quick? It's my father. I'll be right.
Absolutely. Go ahead and mute yourself. Take that.
I can't. How do I mute myself? Shit.
I'll mute you. I got it.
All right.
There. He's muted. Oh, so we have a lot going on in the baseball world. Trade deadline acceleration. Let's start with the biggest league-wide storyline. The trade marketing is heating up early, but July 31st isn't here yet, but teams are already positioning themselves. Multiple contenders, especially in the AL East and NL West, are aggressively exploring starting pitching upgrades. Prices for mid-rotation arms and there you go. I got you in.
All right, cool.
Prices for mid-rotation arms and late-inning relievers are rising fast. Several teams have already begun preliminary talks with sellers, signaling a fast-moving deadline cycle. Expect bullpen arms to move fast. Teams are prioritizing high-leverage relief, in other words, mid-relievers and setup men. It's not so much the closers, because the closers, right now, they said like all but 4 teams in the league are in playoff contention. And of course, the Tigers are in there. And yes, we know that there's almost no chance we keep Tariq Skubal long term unless a salary cap gets put in place. That's the big thing.
Yeah, do you see the 3 new teams emerged on him, Chairman?
Yep. And they've still told them all no.
The Cubs, Braves, and Tampa?
Yeah, Braves has been talking to us for 4 weeks now.
Oh.
Tampa is the newest one. And what was the other one you said?
Chicago,
Brewers?
the Cubs.
Oh, the Cubs?
That was new to me. I didn't hear anything about the Cubs jumping in on us until like now.
No, but we're also talking about, I think the Brewers might have the best farm system out of the one, and the Braves have the 2 best farm systems out of those 3 teams, but they're not offering enough in the prospect column because with the looming lockout, they only want 1 current player, either a mid reliever or a bat, is what I'm hearing. But at the same time, Scott Harris brought up something great the other day that everybody forgot about. You guys remember when Tariq Skubal was injured in May? Didn't return until June 1st. Do you know what happened to the Tigers? We went 6-22.
Yep. And that was around June.
And when he came back, June 1st was his first game back. Ever since, we've been on a tear. We've lost a series or 2, but we haven't had big, long, extended losing streaks, if you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And even bats that were quiet are finally getting better. Like Hyu Lee, he was the one that won the game for us last night,
So-
batting in. I believe it was Zach McKin or Matt Vierling and Riley Green.
More than likely, yes. And then how you lead just like took it from there. So I mean,
he hit the double to drive them in, is what I'm saying.
yep.
So with you two here, if this trade does go through and you get a good return, are you going to be pissed?
If we're in playoff contention like we are, and even closer, and I think we're going to win again tonight, because let's face it, the Angels are a dumpster fire.
And Scooble's
Am I wrong?
pitching.
And Scooble's
No,
on the
not
mound,
wrong
right?
at all.
So, and Scooble's been
I just
hitting 9
wanted to
to 10
hear why,
strikeouts every night.
And I know Jose
Yeah,
Ramirez
I'll be pissed if we
might
trade him.
return this week.
He's doing an actual pitching batting practice, and he may not even have to do a rehab start, is what they're saying on him. And I'll get into that in a minute, because we do
I know.
have
I just wanted to talk about the Indian Guardians for a minute. Oh, shit.
By the way,
But in all actuality, there's more articles around Detroit about them being buyers for a mid reliever or a bat. So, and let's face it, mid reliever wise, we kind of suck.
Mhm.
But Jeremy, I have a question.
But go ahead.
Duncan, go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead, Dylan.
But Jeremy, the Scooble situation reminds me of Otani his last year with the Angels, because Anaheim, the Angels could have traded Otani and received 4 or 5 prospects, but now
There's nobody offering. There's nobody offering 4 or 5 prospects. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Dylan. That's why we're turning teams down. They're only offering 1 or 2.
Yeah, if you offer 4 or 5 prospects, you get money in the bank right there. That's the jackpot. But if you're offering 1 or 2, they're not going to listen. You know, that's the main thing. They want to actually buy into this trade deadline. They're not trying to sell at this trade deadline. And knowing that Tariq Skubal, he literally doesn't see any but Detroit, you know?
He literally said he wants to be here to the end of the season. He wants to finish the season with Detroit because we are in contention. He goes, you want to stop the trade talks? Win. And what have they been doing ever since he said that? Winning.
Win. Yep.
Best record in the American League.
Hands down.
Since June 1st, since he came back, since he started pitching, we have the best record in the American League.
Right about now. And I mean, right now, we're just having a hot hand by, picking up where we left off with, playing against the Angels last night out in Anaheim and just doing our thing, And I really do see this team going on a tear within that game and then from here on out. But do I think we need a bat and a utility piece as well? Yes, I do. I absolutely do. We need both. Not just 1, but 2. A 2 for 1 would be great.
That's an interesting. Because there's 4 good prospects right there on that board.
But we wanted a ready MLB player to help us this season at this time as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Lombard is pretty damn good.
Yeah. It wasn't enough.
Just saying. Or did they not want to trade to the Yankees?
That's more than likely what it is, because we still have another series or 2 against them.
Right. And you don't want to do that.
And Scuba literally said, I would rather stay here. So let's just win.
But if he doesn't sign, and then all of a sudden you're just like, uh-oh.
And nobody's going to sign anybody this offseason because there's more than likely there's going to be a lockout. MLP's dead set against the salary cap. They love the salary floor, but not the cap. As a matter of fact, they want to expand the luxury tax rate and make it to where it's over $350 million before they hit luxury tax. That means only 1 team would be above it next season. Guess what team it is?
The Dodgers.
Yes, the Dodgers.
Yep. The Dodgers are just like always on the money, dude. And the one thing about them is they got talent all around, whether if it's from the bullpen or whether if it's hitting. They're still going to be like one of those top tier teams coming out the NL, you know?
That's why they're considered a contender, is it is wide open.
Now the Dodgers do have 6 top prospects in the 100 section, but I don't know what they would be willing to get rid of.
I mean, those
Yeah,
prospects,
Well, 2 of
are
them
going to want. Oh, go ahead.
Good. Good Nugget. Yeah.
And Jamie Malloy is here. Finally. How you doing, Forehead?
Good about you.
Great.
You're never going to move that camera down, are you? Look at that, showing off the guns.
There.
Whoa.
He's got a gun show going
What's
on.
up,
What's
Jeremy? What's up, Jamie?
Jamie?
How you doing, Chicken Nugget? Good to see
Hey,
you.
I'm
again.
Hey, good to see you again, man.
Yeah.
No Big Rich, no Jason tonight, evidently. That's okay.
I didn't hear from either.
So what
one
did
of
you
them,
guys So what did you think
Let's
about
do it.
the overall stuff of what I said the contenders are looking for? And you know what? It's funny that even the Tigers are looking for the exact same thing that all these other contenders are looking for.
Mid relief and a bat. Every team is looking for the same thing, and it's so funny. They talked about it on the radio today.
And it specifically a right-handed bat. That's what I've heard that everybody's looking for. And yeah, I heard a caller on the ticket say, "Why don't we just trade Scooble for a 5-tool player?" He goes, "You realize there's only like 8 of them in the league, and those that have them don't want to get rid of them."
Nope.
Now, is Mason Miller going to get dealt to the Yankees, Jamie, or what are you hearing?
I think in a fantasy he would, but the reality is Cashman don't want to give up his top prospects for him. And like I said, I don't want them to give up George Lombard Jr. I want him to make his Yankee debut.
I think if the Yankees could get Terry Scooble, I'd be willing to give up George Lombard, without a doubt.
Oh, that's the
If I'm-
package that Dan Leonard mentioned
Right.
that was offered. It was
ask Jane. Hold
Lombard
on,
Jr.,
Jeremy, before
Elmer,
you get there.
Carlos.
I was going to say, highlight that so Jamie can read it.
Supposedly they're saying Yankees for Scooble. Yankees offered Lombard Jr., Elmer, Carlos LaGrange, I believe that's
LeGrand.
and Ben Hess a few weeks ago to the Tigers.
So that
And
would
what's
be
funny. That's what I
too
thought.
much
Glenn.
for a guy who's a rental.
that would be the number 1, number 4, number 5 prospects in the Yankees organization.
Right.
That's too
I-
much
that's-
for a guy who's a rental, though.
Jamie, that's what I've been trying to tell everybody is that has, if that was offered, it more than likely would have been taken as long as they threw.
I'm telling you. Hey,
I mean, but the Yankees don't mind, competing for a title, man. They just don't mind about the future. They just worry about trying to compete and win titles. That's all the Yankees care about right now.
Right, but Cashman also doesn't like to give up his top prospects. As you've seen in the past few years, he's only given up his bottom prospects for players. He don't like giving up his top prospects. That's how he is.
Right.
But
Yeah, I understand, Quinn. We know. But like I said, Scott Harris has had no top prospects offered for Scooble, so he's turning everything down. They also haven't offered a starting caliber player in return, whether it be a bat or a pitcher. So he's turned down every offer he's received.
I mean, I've got one for you. I've got one for you. Instead of maybe Lumbo, why don't the Yankees offer who's the guy Ryan? What's his name? Ryan Weathers? Could he be a part of the deal?
They might want to keep him for the bullpen, I think, if because their bullpen needs help, and they think he'd be a good aspect for a guy who throws 97, 98. They need that. They need to keep him in the bullpen.
Yeah, but Weathers just hit arbitration, so he's got 2 more arbitration years left. The Tigers want somebody who could go in. Tigers want somebody go into the rotation.
Cashman says a lot of things.
We don't want somebody in the starting rotation. We want because our starting rotation is actually coming together, and Jackson Jobe comes off injury soon. Justin Verlander comes off injury soon. And he wants to pitch.
Do you guys, this is a little bit off topic of what we're talking about, but do you guys think once this whole arbitration or once this thing goes through, do you think they're going to move this trade deadline back to August 15th because of all the teams that are this close to making it?
Yes. Hands down. Yes. Easily.
I agree, MD. But onto the injury stuff. We've had some major injuries. Multiple American League teams have lost key hitters to short-term IL stints, impacting lineup consistency. But we've had a lot of big ones, too. Like in the National League, you got Shohei Ohtani. You've got Jason Mizorowski. You got the big one is Brandon Woodruff. It looks like he might be out for the season. He had a serious shoulder injury. Will Smith with neck. Right. Will Smith of the Dodgers has neck inflammation and been shut down from baseball activities and unlikely to return until mid-August. Edwin Diaz of the Dodgers, loose bodies in right elbow. He's got to do the same thing Skubal had and have his elbow cleaned up. And then Kike Hernandez, left oblique strain, started rehab assignment on July 17th. Jose Ramirez for the Guardians has got his left hamate fracture, facing live pitching and may return without a rehab assignment. But there's
like
Luis Robert Jr. of the Mets.
He might return this homestand.
Right. I know. It's what I just read. Juan Soto of the Mets, left calf soreness, left July 16th in the game early, but does not expect to miss time. And then Sal Frelick of the Brewers, right shoulder soreness, undergoing imaging after recurring pain on last night. So there's and there's 3 for the Yankees that you can name right now that are on the IL that are currently coming back to rehab. Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Giancarlo Stanton. Then Max Scherzer of the Blue Jays with right thumb injury. And there's a chance Aaron Judge might not be able to come back anytime soon with that that stress fracture in his first rib on the right side.
Doesn't Will Smith have of the Dodgers have a neck issue?
Yeah, I said neck strain. That's what it's listed as. Neck inflammation and strain.
It's way worse than that. But like Jason always says, the Dodgers always candy coats it up. But I think he could be done for his career.
And that stinks. He's on my roster.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know, you might as well let him go.
But fantasy wise.
Yeah, I know.
Jeremy, it looks like they shot Max Scherzer down for the year.
Yeah. Let me see what it says here.
Because he just had to go get 3 more quarters down shots, and they didn't like how that's going.
It just says no timetable for return. So in other words, he could be done for the year.
That doesn't sound good. But I mean, Max is getting up there, man, and maybe it's that time,
Well, I mean, we know Verlander's retiring, so I mean, Verlander and Scherzer may go out together.
Easily, Scherzer could definitely retire this year. Same with Verlander. I agree.
So now we're going to talk
Did you mention
about
Zach Gallen?
rookie
Zach Gallen?
breakouts.
Did you mention Zach Gallen is injured too?
No, I did not. I
Okay,
just listed all the main ones that I had.
Looks like he's going to be done for a while.
AL
too.
West. Okay.
Go ahead.
Rookie breakouts is the next segment. The rookies have been loud since July 11th. Let's highlight some of the biggest breakout names. There's multiple young hitters in the AL West, multi-hit games, high on base streaks, and strong defensive metrics since AL Central young arm showing poise. Troy Melton for the Tigers. You got a young guy that's tearing things up for the Guardians.
Pepper Messick.
Yep. And then, of course, Kevin McGonigal, as far as a position player.
Oh, is he
becoming
good?
an everyday contributor. Yeah, he's doing pretty good,
Jeremy, I looked.
He's all right.
Jeremy, I looked him up on. I want to. Hopefully, this comes through. Does this come through? What it says?
Yeah, Kevin McGonigal.
Can you see what team it says?
The Mariners or the Minnesota Twins. Yeah, he's not on there.
I started laughing. I was like, Jeremy's gonna love that if I read it like that.
And don't forget Murakami with the White Sox.
Well, Murakami, has he returned from injury yet?
Yeah.
Yep.
He hit a bomb.
He's returned. Yep.
Oh, so he hit his 23rd now, right? Because he was one ahead of the other guy, Okamoto. And that's another one that's doing.
Go ahead.
Okamoto is another rookie that's doing well. And then you got NL Carter infield power emergence. That kid the other night. Good Lord. How many home runs did he hit in that game? Didn't he have a 4 home run game last week?
He still has 20. Murakami still has 20, Jeremy. What were you asking?
Okay, so he hasn't hit a bomb yet then.
No, not since the break. What guy were you just talking about?
Okamoto of the Blue Jays. Didn't he have like a big night where he hit like 3 home runs and he just broke Ohtani's rookie record?
Yep. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't it go on like the top 10 of Sports Center?
Yes, it did. Didn't he have like a 3 home run or a 4 home run night? I can't remember which it was. It was just last week.
Yeah, just recently. Yeah.
22 home runs already. He passed the guy that you were mentioning. Murakami, is it?
Well, Murakami was injured. Remember that he was out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, he had 20 by the end of May.
Right. If he would have stayed healthy, who knows? He might be at 26, 27.
Yeah, he got hurt in the series versus us.
Right.
I think in the second game.
I don't remember which game it was. I just remember he got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt versus
I thought that was
going to
be me and you probably both. Me and you being fans of that division, probably we both thought that yes, they're finally going to fall on their face.
No, you know what? I don't.
And they didn't.
I don't wish injury on any player or team because I've been a fan of teams where injuries have cost them.
No, but you know what I mean. Like we just needed the White Sox to get out of first place. That's
I know you did. I know that's how you thought. We weren't there yet, but we were trying to climb out of the cellar, which we did. Who's in the cellar right now? Is it the Royals?
Yeah,
as usual. The usual suspect. Didn't they come out like really hot and then just like snowballed worse than the Tigers?
I mean, the Twins and the White Sox got to be the 2 biggest surprises right now in this division.
Well, the Tigers not doing as well as they thought coming out. I thought that was the biggest surprise. But you know what? Saric and Casey Mize. Yeah.
That's 6-20.
That was just an awful stretch. We weren't hitting. I think the team average in May was under 210. I mean, thanks to Riley Green and McGonigal, it would have been under 200 if it wasn't for them.
Yeah, it really would have went that way, and that's an ugly look on us. We don't want to go under 210 or under 200. We just really want to step it up and get better.
Yeah, I was really hoping Boston Paul would be here because I wanted him to thank him because they actually traded a player to be named later for Jahmai Jones, the guy with the 152 batting average this season.
Yep, they could send a AAA or AA.
They could send us a single high A prospect and we'd be happy and trade for Jahmai Jones, a 32-year-old player hitting.
I can't believe they're
152.
on an 11-game win
Definitely,
streak right now.
we'll definitely
Whoa.
smile about it. Boston.
Whoa.
He went to the Red Sox.
Yep, Red Sox. I know. Boston's on a 12-game win streak, right?
That was probably the second biggest news that I loved this year, and it was funny. Jeff Flaherty was throwing gas, and I don't mean fastballs that blew by people where they were flying out of the park, and I mentioned it in one of my chats that I wish Jeff Flaherty would throw so hard he'd torsion his testicles and get hurt. And it said groin inflammation on the injury report when they took him out. Like 5 minutes after I said it.
Damn. But
Tigers
Flaherty's
and
a
May
good
wouldn't
pitcher.
have been hit by the most desperate of barflies at 3 a.m. at the Anchor, and woo, he went hot. So, what are your thoughts about all the injuries that are going around in the league? I mean, we're talking about main players that are injured, more so than ever. What do you think about it, Dylan?
I think guys are throwing too hard and relying less on mechanics and more on trying to spin rate, velocity, and put in more pressure on the UCL. I mean, Nolan Ryan threw hard, but yet I don't remember Nolan Ryan having an arm issue. Same thing with Jim Home. I think guys are throwing too hard. Plus, for whatever reason, maybe these travel ball leagues are putting more pressure on these guys, and these showcases are putting more pressure on these young pitchers throwing pressure. Plus, I don't think these pitchers are developing and playing as many sports like what other athletes did 30, 40 years ago. I mean, Tom Glavine was a hockey player. Dave Winfield was drafted by like 2 or 3 different sports.
So it was Jay Moyer, right?
I think so.
Mauer.
And now,
Joe Mauer could have been a quarterback of Florida State.
Yep. But look at this. It also goes for the batters who are hurt. They are swinging so hard trying to increase their bat speed to get the power and the launch angle that people are hurting their ribs, their obliques while swinging, not while making plays out in the field. We're talking about guys that are getting hurt while swinging. So analytics is literally ruining the sport and injuring our pitchers and batters.
And it's brought the averages way down.
Yeah. Well,
it's either you're hitting a home run or a strikeout,
a line drive out or a strikeout. That's what it's been. If you don't get the launch angle, even though you hit it hard, it's usually an atom ball, whether it be to the infield or outfield. I don't know how many times Spencer Torkelson, they talk about how he's hitting the ball at about 107 miles an hour, which is a mile faster than he was hitting last year. But his launch angle is so bad, it's lining out most of the time.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of this home run or nothing ball.
And nobody is. I love the fact that we won with small ball versus the Angels last night. We had a guy get a walk. We had a guy drive him over to third with a double. I believe that was Riley Green that hit a double. So it was runners on second and third with 2 outs. And then Hyu Lee hits a shot through the right center gap and turns it into a double, scoring 2 runs in the 9th. And Cater Montero closes it out for his first win of the season as a reliever.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that just goes to show that we have growth. You know, the first half of the season was ugly, but once you start that second half of the season and you get that momentum, you get that mojo going, and you play great the way you played great last night, that's definitely going to push you forward to just getting that playoff push even more, you know?
Jamie,
Jesus Christ.
what are your thoughts on the injuries?
Well, no, I think it's impressive. Like I said, even though you got the home run or nothing ball, like I said, the way you guys played small ball, like I said, it's more impressive that you did it. Like I said, because Michael K says it all the time. It's hard to play small ball or it's hard to bond when you got guys throwing a 97 or a 98 mile an hour fastball at you every time, and that's why you don't see as much small ball, but when you do it, it can work. It's hard to play that way when they're just throwing gas like that every night.
Well, yeah, if you got a guy that's throwing 95 to 100 miles an hour and you got a guy with a bat speed over 100 miles an hour, all it takes is the right launch angle. It has nothing to do with the power of the bat, because we've seen skinny, scrawny guys that don't look like they should be able to hit a home run whack at a mile because they got the launch angle right with the bat speed.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Well, Jeremy, you'll be happy it's 3-0 Buccos.
I don't mean to laugh, but
it's first and second in the fourth.
oh, wow.
I think the Pirates have really impressed a lot of people. I think they really improved.
And they're in fourth place.
Mm-hmm.
They're still in fourth place in the division, but the whole division is actually pretty good. You know, if you think about it.
We're 10 games out on the Pirate side.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but you're 4 games above 500. Hey, Adam, I've got a question.
Right, but they're 10 games out of first place.
Because the NL has actually been the better batting league than
You
the
only,
AL.
you're only a half game out of the third wild card, Adam. You're fine.
Funny how two
Pretty
of the top
much,
teams
pretty
in
much.
MLB this year. Funny how two of the top teams in MLB this year, Tampa Bay Rays and Milwaukee, are preaching contact over launch angle focus. Put the ball in play, pressure the defense with just simply putting the ball in play. And they're exactly right. And also, guess what? Those are two of the 13 teams that would be under the salary cap minimum according to the new CBA next year that the MLB is proposing. And the MLBPA likes that.
Tampa Bay is one of the smartest teams out there when it comes to ownership.
By the way, Adam, the Pirates have a plus 50 run differential going into tonight.
I'm aware. They're putting up 5.6 runs per game. And if this team should get into the playoffs, they're going to be a little dangerous.
Especially with Certain Paul Skeens pitching game 1.
Paul Skeens, Jarrett Jones, Jesus.
Keller.
Yeah, he might be traded. What you got, Jerm? You look like you're reading up on stuff.
I figured since you guys were talking, I'd back out and look up some stuff about the game tonight coming up at 10 o'clock. That's all. But let's talk about streaks, standings, and movement. One of the most consistent teams in the American League all season, the Cleveland Guardians. They've been multi-game winning streaks, strong pitching, and timely hitting, even without Ramirez in the lineup for a month now?
And Angel Martinez. They have 5 rookies in this lineup, Jeremy. It's not good. And it's starting to catch up to them. You can see it. They've fallen, they've dropped. Right now they're I think, as I recall, they're very low right now in runs. They're very low on hits. They're not hitting home runs at all without Ramirez in this lineup. There's no danger right now in this lineup. Chase is cooled off completely. It's just like a hang on till they come back.
Yep. The number 2 team in the American League for winning streaks and record right now since June 1st, the Detroit Tigers. And it's not just from the beginning of the season, it's specifically from June 1st to now with the best records in that time. But they're quietly moving up the boards and getting closer to being in contention in the Central. Because let's face it, you guys are what, 3 games over or 4 games over 500 right now, Adam?
Both teams right now are 51 and 47, 51 and 47.
4 games. Yeah. The Baltimore Orioles are one of those teams that's been really consistent as of late. Repeated 4 to 6 game streaks. Young core continues to surge.
Ever since Rushman came back, that was like what they were missing.
Yep.
That's when they started to get hot.
The Seattle Mariners are one of those teams that are streaking. And the other one you mentioned earlier, the Boston Red Sox. That's the top 5 streaky teams in the American League. In the National League, we all know who's number 1. It's the one that paid the most, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Number 2 in that.
I think they have a 14-game lead, Jeremy. I think they can afford to sit Ohtani a couple games.
I think they can too. The Atlanta Braves, several 4 to 6 game streaks. Offense has been explosive, except for Ronald Acuna Jr., who looks like the Fernando Tatis of that team right now. Not hitting homers, not hitting well. His average is dipping.
You think he's still injured?
I think he came back too soon. 100%.
You don't want to rush back from injury.
The Chicago Cubs have been one of the biggest movers in the National League. They've had a really good record. The Florida Marlins and the San Francisco Giants. All of these teams are doing really well in the National League. And over the last 2 weeks, the Yankees have been doing better. Timely hitting, and some of their prospects have came up and been doing good. And have you noticed there's a trend with all of these big teams, with all the big hitters hurt? You notice they're not calling up their top prospects?
That's got to be because they're scared that they're going to lose that year of eligibility. I think that's what it is, because if they miss out next year, and that counts as a
right, because if they're called up before the September call-ups, which is the free call-ups, everybody knows this. We talk about it all the time. The free call-ups to see who can make the roster to play in the playoffs, but that doesn't count towards the regular season. So if they come up in September, they don't count as MLB players then, because they don't have enough games in to be counted as an MLB rookie season. That's why we've seen players call up and they have a great time, and then they come up the next year, they go to spring training and they fall on the ice where they end up back in the minors. But
I think Chris Bryant
with the looming lockout, with the looming lockout, the biggest reason why is they don't want to risk losing that eligibility and have them having to sit and be stagnant during a strike. Because if they're an MLB player, they have to strike. They cannot go back to the minors to play. That's actually in the MLBPA guidelines.
So what if you're sent down before the end of the season, Jeremy, and you have MLB time? How does that play out?
It depends on how many games you played, the percentage of the season that you played. If you played over half the season, guess what? You're probably considered an MLB player. If you've only played a month or two, you're still a minor leaguer playing in the big leagues, getting your feet wet. Yes, Dylan.
Question for Jamie. Do you think Booney left Garrett Cole in the game too long last night? Because it seemed like Booney was going to take out Cole for the lefty, full on the lefty. Facing Muncy, and Cole's like, nope. And then Muncy hits one about 9 miles. So do you think that Boone left Cole in one too many batters?
Not in that type of game, because like I said, you got to know who you're playing. It's like you're not playing a normal team where I think you could just, give Cole the ball and trust your bullpen to get the guys out. Like it's the Dodgers. Cole said, I'd rather go out trying to play to win instead of playing not to lose. And it didn't work out, but I was totally fine with him doing that. I mean, you got to keep yourself in the game playing the Dodgers.
So Aaron Savelli just got traded to the Cubs from the Athletics. And Jeremy, back to your original point of the call up thing. I think we all learned a lot that year in 2015, the Chris Bryant debacle, because with them not calling him up before the May 12th deadline to be a full-time year, that cost Chris Bryant probably about $50 million.
Oh yeah, 100%, because that pushed his rookie contract back a year.
Right.
But at the same time, let's go into the hometown takes. What do you got on your Pittsburgh and your Pirates and your Guardians? Go ahead, Adam.
Well, I mean, I've been talking about it all show, so I guess I kind of left the hometown speech to be. I mean, they're playing each other right now, so it's pretty cool that you get to hear one announcer one side and the other announcer the other side if you switch back and forth. So the Pirates are looking better. But like we just said, they're still out of the wild card contention. They're in a tough. The NL is way tougher than the AL right now.
Oh yeah, and I said exactly why. The batting averages are way better in the National League than they are in the American League, and it's not because of a lack of pitching in the National League. It's there's not as many hard throwers overall in the National League like there is in the American League. And I think that has a lot to do with it. You're able to play a little bit more small ball over there and be more competitive without having to slam a home run every time you're at the bat.
Well, Azalabalon Valdez is on fire. He has a home run. He had a home run in the game one, and apparently he just hit a launch over the left center wall to make it 2-0 in game two. So he's got 2 home runs in 2 games today.
Very good.
And I was trying to pick him up in fantasy, and Boston Paul has him.
Jamie, what about your Yankees?
We just kicked off the second half of our season with obviously a tough 2-1 loss to the Dodgers, but the positive though is we did get help from the Red Sox last night. They won their doubleheader over the Red Sox, so we were able to pick up a half a game. With an entry today, we were 2.5 out, and we got rained out obviously today. So we're gonna play a doubleheader tomorrow. We're gonna play I think it was a 12:20 or 12:30 game on the Yes Network, and then we're gonna play our regular 7:20 game on NBC. And tonight we just picked up another half a game because the Red Sox beat Tampa 7-6. So now we're going into our doubleheader only 2 games out of first.
Hey,
Tampa.
good deal.
That's some good motivation for tomorrow.
Wow, that's awful. I didn't know what it was. I thought he was actually betting. I'm sure you're going to talk about that Wednesday night on your show. For the roundtable about Rick Gold out there in Arizona, putting a $25 parlay in and hitting for $732,000.
Yeah. He's also been accused not only of doing the betting on prop bets and stuff like that.
That was the draft. He bet the draft. That's what he got caught on.
But he also let out a bunch of stuff about injury reports throughout the season about the Cardinals for bettors.
Oh, I just saw.
I was trying to leave it for Wednesday night. You know what I mean? I wasn't trying to talk football tonight.
I know. It just caught my eye, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Dylan, who's your team, and who do you follow?
I follow all the teams.
Oh, okay. So you don't really have a hometown take for a team.
I mean, it's just interesting. Like the Rays can't figure out a way to win in Boston right now. I think the Marlins lost to Milwaukee again today. They
Didn't the
Max
Marlins trade a
Muncy
pitcher?
went 3 innings.
Didn't the Marlins just trade a pitcher to someone?
I have no. Let me see. MLB trade limits.
I thought I read that. I don't know why.
No. Oh, by the way, the Orioles signed Kyle Bradish to a 5-year contract extension. And I think Sal Frelick's on the IL now. By the way, did we mention that the Reds locked up Chase Bones?
I know he got a contract extension.
Good for them.
A big one.
Yeah, there's a lot of these rookies that are getting signed to big deals.
I mean, JJ.
So
the Cardinal
I'm going
rookies
to
have a
bounce.
big-
I'm going to bounce my hometown takes off a chicken nugget here. I'm going to talk about it, then I'll let him give his viewpoint. Tariq Skubal continues to dominate, and now he's actually moved up into the Cy Young voting conversation. How do you feel about that, chicken nugget? Oh, he might be away from the mic.
No, he's muted.
I know. He might be away from his station. He was waiting for him to be called on. And
Well, if we could see him, we'd know, huh?
yeah, exactly. So the Detroit recent series with us winning last night, we're up 1-0. We don't play for another technically 20 minutes because it's a 10:05 start time, even though it says 10 o'clock on your TV schedule. We're getting timely hitting from core players, and there's some fantasy baseball relevance. Several Tigers are trending upward in daily formats. Skubal, Dingler, Green, McGonigal, and Cole Keith, because he's actually been batting really well this season. And Detroit's front office is being cautious but active. They're evaluating bullpen help and a potential right-handed bat. So now we're going to get to the part that I love of doing this show. I think I got the right. Yes, the rapid fire. I'm going to ask a question. If you agree, say fire. If you don't, say ice. Are teams already overpaying for pitching before the deadline even gets close? Fire or ice? Dylan?
I'm not sure if there's been enough deals to answer that question. I'll put to be determined.
Okay. Chicken Nugget, are you back? Nope. Jamie.
Yeah, I would say probably I'd say ice, because like I said, you could kind of you could that well no actually I'll say fire, like Michael Edwards said, because I think the pitching is going to be overpaid for, with especially like you said in the AL and even in the NL with all these flamethrowers now, you know what I mean? It's kind of with all these flamethrowers, and even with starters not going deep into games, I think it's kind of turned into a pitcher's league, and it's only going to continue to be like that. I think pitching's back in baseball. So, yeah.
Adam?
I think it is because I believe analytics has killed this fucking game for the batters.
All right. Are the AL West rookies who have been shining lately outperforming their expectations? Fire or ice? Adam?
I'm going to say fire.
Jamie?
What was the question again?
About the AL West rookies, because there's been like 8 of them on the 5 teams over there that are just lighting it up lately. Are they exceeding their expectations that people thought for those rookies? Fire or ice?
Fire.
All right.
Fire.
Dylan?
Fire.
Fire.
You know what? Ice.
Ooh.
I say fire too.
I
Have
mean,
NL rookie pitchers.
based on the AL West this year, I mean, some of these, I mean, AL Central,
No, there's rookies out there that are carrying their teams to wins that haven't been winning much, but their rookies are doing it, not their stars. That was the point.
Are you just referring to AL West teams or referring
I
to
literally was talking about the 8 AL West rookies over throughout the 5 teams that have been doing better than the stars.
I don't know that. I don't remember many AL West rookies having big years this year. I'm looking at like Henry Bolt, T of the A's, but like all the rookies I can remember in the Central.
Never mind. Okay.
Maybe
I will
Cole
move on to the next one.
Maybe Cole Emerson, but
Have National League rookie pitchers forced teams to rethink their inning limits? Because we're seeing guys go longer in games than they used to. Dylan, fire or ice?
wait, let me see. I think that depends. Say fire and ice. That depends on how teams use some of the guys. I mean, maybe the Cardinals, some of these teams may want guys going longer, but honestly, the Brewers probably rather develop a guy. Surely, I mean, we've seen Nolan McLean have an impact, though he's not really a rookie now.
It's called rapid fire because it's just supposed to be yes or
Sorry,
no. Yes, fire or ice. Yeah, so you're saying ice?
both.
Okay. Jamie?
Fire. I don't care what league it is. I think the fact you're hearing that pitchers are starting to go are starting to kind of going back to going deeper into games, in this era, I'm all for it. Fire. Good for the National League, good for baseball.
Yep. All right. Kim Zansky Yeager says, hello there, Adam. And
hello, Miss
MDE
Kimberly.
says
How
it's
are
fire. Adam, how do you feel? Are these National League rookies that have been going like 6.5, 7, and 8 innings in games? Are you thinking they're changing the way people are feeling about the pitch counts?
I'm going to say fire.
I say fire as well. Have recent winning streaks changed the wild card picture? Fire or ice? Adam?
Fire.
Jamie?
Fire, like the 12 days of Christmas, the 12-team playoffs.
Dylan?
Well, I mean, the Red Sox 12, definitely fire. Red Sox 12-game winning streak made them a part of the playoff push.
All right. Are multiple teams falling out of contention because of tough road series, fire or ice? Dylan? You just mentioned one of them.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you look at more
Tampa and Boston.
Well, but Tampa's still leading the AL East. Tampa's still leading
but it's getting reduced because Boston is still beating them. At one time Boston was one of the worst teams in the league, like the Tigers.
Tampa's still up by 7 games.
Not over the Yankees.
Only 2 over the Yankees.
Over the Sox.
Yeah.
I know, but they're losing to them. Never mind. Jamie.
Yeah, I think it is. It is fire because, like I said, if Tampa's really supposed to, be as good as everybody says there are. But guess what? You are. But here's the thing, though. Their expected record. I do this with Joe all the time. We go over what their record is versus what their expected record is. Their expected record is actually a lot worse than their regular record. So, and like I said, when you have a team that is in first place but is projected to have a worse expected record, losing on the road's not a good thing, especially for a team like Tampa. And Boston has a better expected record than what their record is now. It's the opposite with those two teams.
Adam?
I'm going to say Fire.
I say Fire too. And I want to say thank you to the 84 people. This is our most watched baseball roundtable talks yet. At one point, we were at 88, but 4 dropped off. That's okay. I get it. Some people love this segment. Some people don't. And now...
Really? That's when we lost our viewers? We're Fire and Ice?
Yeah. Well, hey, it's when we started just going over the news that we've been talking about already and getting like a yes or no question out of it. Have the Tigers avoided any major losing streak since June 1st? Dylan.
Say it again. Say the question again.
Since June 1st, have the Tigers avoided major losing streaks? Not saying losing a series. I'm saying like 5-6 games in a row. Have they avoided that? Fire or Ice?
I think the Tigers lost 5 out of 6 in like late June, but other than that, yeah,
our longest losing streak was 4 in that time.
And then a 4-game streak late May.
Yeah, that I'm not talking. I said since June 1st. They had an 11-game losing streak in the middle of May. It was awful in May. May was awful.
It's hard to do.
Jamie's away, so Adam.
Yeah, unfortunately, Fire.
Unfortunately. Jamie, is that Fire about the Tigers avoiding major losing streaks since June 1st?
Yeah, it's Fire to have.
All right. And I don't think this is... Do the Tigers need bullpen help more than they need another bat? Yes or no? Adam.
I mean, we talked about it all show. Every team needs another bat and another pitcher right now.
Right. Jamie?
Fire. It's just like same situation as the Yankees.
Yeah, MD, I love you, brother. He says, freaking volcanic inferno.
Burn, baby, burn.
Dylan?
Burn this motherfucker down.
I think the Tigers probably need more bats.
So Ice for you.
Ice for you, okay. Fire for me, because I'll tell you what, the bats have been pretty consistent since June 1st. We've raised, like I said, in May, that batting average was hovering around 210, and now it's hovering around 245 as a team for the season. That's a huge improvement. And also, with that 152 of Jahmai Jones going to Boston, that helps too. All right, and that concludes the rapid fire takes. Adam, tell everybody where they can find you.
Oh, okay. I was going to go with a quick question before we got out of here.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, with the NL, with the All-Star game being played in Chicago next year, the Cubs land, does anyone else feel the AL got robbed? Because doesn't it usually go back and forth every year?
Look, YUB has become an MLB player. I eat my words about that bum. I mean, that young man being a waste. I was wrong. Dylan, well, what was that question again? Because I'm trying to.
Okay, so it usually goes every other year, right? For AL, NL, and it was played in Philly this year, and next year is being played in the Cubs. Shouldn't it be played in the American League next year?
I think that went away many, many years ago because
Yeah.
the last year's All-Star game was in Atlanta.
Yeah, and I think it's going in like a 4-year cycle between the conferences now.
That seems kind of odd.
So, Dylan, how can people find you?
Spunky Spectrum Sports, Dylan's History of Sports, somewhere around here, and oh yeah, I'm probably in a best ball draft near you.
And with the longest outtake in baseball roundtable talks history, Jamie Malloy, let her rip, DJ Dog Tags.
Well, first of all, Michael D. Michael, my older brother. I actually think, unlike the '94 lockout, I think the past two lockouts, like I said, 22 for a little bit, and then this one, I think these last two are actually have things that are going to make the game better. Like, that's the thing. Like I said, potentially like locking out. Love you too, Michael. Like, locking out this year could possibly mean, banning the high schoolers, from getting drafted, and that's a good part of the lockout.
Why? We have 3 high school players being signed right now to long-term contracts. But you won't. But it's okay to bring over these international players that are 18 years older. Screw
because
the USA
they're
kids.
they're more seasoned and they're playing
I don't
against
care.
older competition.
If they're that good
Okay.
to play in the big game, if they're that good to let them play in the big game, they should be here.
Let's do the outro, Jamie.
Okay. You guys can follow me, yours truly, at Bill's Chat 1, at Bill's Mafia Chat, and also at Jamie Malloy, the unbiased journalist, at DJ Dog Tags on Twitter, X, thefortball.com, and buffalo.com. We're right about all sports. You guys can also catch me every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, where Joe Dalio and I, this week, we will be doing season 3, episode 15 of the Subway Conversation Chat. And then 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, which is at Drive to the Top Productions. And then also Tuesday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Sorry, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Jeremy and Joe and I do our show. But anyway, and then you can follow me at 9 o'clock p.m. on Tuesday night on Driving to the Top Productions for Open Sports Mic. And then every Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, you can catch me, Jeremy, right here, and everybody else on the KCB Sports Network for NFL Roundtable Talk. And then every Saturday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, I'm also back here on KCB Sports Network with Jeremy and everybody doing MLB Baseball Roundtable Talks. Thank you guys very much for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment, subscribe, to ring the bell for all notifications. We're getting really, really close to monetization. Obviously, thank you guys so much who've helped this program grow. And then for more content on Driving to the Top Productions, not Driving to Top, KCB Sports Network, excuse me. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon TV, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. From all of us here, I'm Jamie Malloy, and we will see you next Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern time for Baseball Roundtable Talks only on Driving to the Top Productions. See you next week. Good night, everybody.
And as you see, I put the update of the subscriber count into the chat. 766. LFG. Let's fucking go. We're getting ever closer to making that elusive 1,000 that YouTube says is the barrier for getting ads ran on your channel. And that's the start of monetization, is once they start running ads. Marky Mark and a Funky Bunch jumps in the chat. Hello, fellas. I want to say thank you to everybody who's watching. And don't forget, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love to everybody. And those of you that follow and watch my show, I will see you Monday at noon with the latest Detroit sports headlines over the weekend. This has been episode 2924 on my channel. 2924 episodes I have ran since I started this 5 years ago. Thank you very much for being a part of it. And I'm going to invite some bigwigs for episode 3000.
Barry
Some
Sanders?
heavy hitters. No, some heavy hitters from the podcasting community. Guys you may not know, but they are heavy hitters in the Lions community. We're talking where they have between 26,000 and 150,000 followers.
Mm-hmm.
One of them being Dose of Dion. One of them being, he used to be known as Micro Mike, but now that he's a part of ESPN Radio, Mike Kimber. I'm trying to get Jeff Risdon to be a part of it. He's a beat writer for the Lions and does also the DLP, the Detroit Lions podcast, with his buddy Chris. And a few others that I might be trying to get. That's more episodes than Adam has requests for dates. But thank you for watching, and tune in Monday as we go live. And also, I love you guys. I appreciate you.
Jeremy, is there a way to hold on before you log out? Is there a way to look this up so I can see how many shows I've done on my channel?
He didn't say episode you've done. He said that's more episodes than Adam has requests for dates with women.
I don't get very many requests for dates.
Your boy
All right,
probably
guys.
get more requests for dates than you do.
Well, have a blessed evening,
Maybe.
and we are out.
In the heart of the day where we rise and fight, lions roar and the tigers strike through the night. Pistons dribble, red wings soar on high. KCP's the beat, hear the crowd amplify. We're smoking Jeremy B, bringing the heat. All the sports, all the time, feel that beat. KCB Sports.